A big moment for U.S.-Cuba relations today. The American flag raised over the newly opened U.S. Embassy in Havana, Cuba. Our country's reestablishing formal diplomatic ties for the first time in more than 50 years. The Secretary of State there, and it's bringing a bittersweet response from Southwest Floridians with close ties to Cuba. Foreign Reporter's Adam Pinsker is in Naples to explain.
Well, I checked in at a Cuban restaurant here in Naples and found that opinions on the subject are divided along a generation gap. Frank Fernandez helps run a restaurant that probably would have never existed if his relatives didn't flee Cuba years ago.
If it was good over there, they wouldn't want to leave.
Now he's not sure they all want to go back. Some of them feel normalizing relations with Cuba while the Castro family is still in power feels like a letdown.
If you ask the older generation, my uncles, my parents, those who lived through the embargo, they're frustrated, they're angry and disappointed, because they actually were the ones that went through this.
Critics like Fernandez's uncle says lifting the embargo rewards the Castro government for years of human rights abuses. But others, like Maggie Marcos, are ready for a new chapter. Born in Cuba, she left the island when she was just a year old and hasn't returned since.
So we would like everything to open up and be able to visit our country, our native country.
Marcos says turning the page on U.S.-Cuba relations opens both countries up to new businesses and new opportunities for families living in both countries to visit each other. She's ready to make that long-awaited trip.
And I cannot wait to be able to go ahead and go to the internet and just book directly to Cuba.
And that idea of direct travel to Cuba could catch on here in Collier County, where businesses thrive on travel to other countries, and now Cuba is on that list. Also, direct ferry service from Southwest Florida to Cuba could also be on the horizon.